Hey there, YouTube. It's Phantasma Night. We're continuing Disco Elysium today. I don't know where I'm going, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. So I'm just going across this bridge to unexplored territories, assuming Kim doesn't stop me, and we're gonna go take care of some side quests. I hear being close to a radio relay is actually pretty bad. A lot of invisible energy that's gonna fry you. Maybe there's something inside. There's money. Okay, I'll take it. Wait, this L3 and R3. I have my controller plugged in. One moment. I'm not using the. Actually, should I use the controller? This cord I think disconnects pretty easily. Oh god, I could use the controller. Oh, this is gonna be so bizarre. No, I don't want to do this actually because I don't know what the equivalent of tab is. Okay, where's the triangle button? I don't want to press something by accident. Start. Share, which is select on the older systems. The middle pad doesn't do anything. I see what left and right are in the D-pad. How about up and down? Up doesn't do anything, down doesn't do anything. Sure, but like I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this controller. Oh, select. Well, there's only share button, but it's not doing anything. And I actually did not connect tab to the select button. I have no idea what the select button would be normally. So that's what my right stick did. Whoa, what the frick? Okay. Oh, it's L1. Ah, jeez. Should I be playing this on controller? This feels weird. I don't know what R1 does. How do I run? Okay, this is gonna be way too bizarre for me. How do I click that? R1? Triangle. Up. Down. Select. Middle pad. Both sides of the middle pad. I was pressing R3 and L3, but of course I wouldn't do anything. Oh, I'll just use the right stick to select it and click on it. A creaking head. A broken axle grinding. This is too bizarre. I don't want to do this. Ah, this must be the car that made the jump. Is that? Yeah, it was right stick and X. This is too bizarre. Banged up fuel canister. How do I select my... Do I really have to go through it manually? You know, maybe I'll just go back to the mouse. Feels a little easier. A dented stainless steel canister for transporting and storing heavy fuel oil. A logo on its side has been partially stripped over years of use. The government issued red-dyed fuel oil. Looks like paint. Though it smells worse. Smells much, much worse. This is our car, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna go back to using the mouse. Unplugging controller. I had it plugged in just to charge because the cable I was using to charge my controller has gotten old and loose and all that bad stuff.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Elysian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
They're probably leading to my feet. So this is where all the tracks are leading.
It appears to be so.
He has a peculiar look in his eyes as he inspects the wreckage. Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
His eyes never leave the sunken vehicle.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Oh, what's the make of the MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
Alright, and let's run my hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
MC extraction specialist? Like, what kind of specialist are we talking here? A tow crew.
A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, so it's not our, wait, as in like 3 days ago, or like a week and 30 days ago?
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
And this game started Monday, didn't it? Oh boy. Well. Looked like Jacob Er's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Enough gloating, this is serious. Why am I talking to myself?
Yes, quite.
Seems to be expecting you more closely than motor carriage. What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket.
My badge.
A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would.
How long will it take for the low tide to come in? Probably tomorrow.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Oh, okay. Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede. How many hours? It's 13:45.
As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent.
We're both just chilling on the swings.
The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Drama's low. Let's whistle tune.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness.
Huzzah!
The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill.
Yeah, you're right. Is this connected to the sea somehow? Because yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Although, as far as I can tell, the vehicle isn't really submerged. Like part of it is, but like I can see the windows above the water. Can't figure out like which side of the vehicle is which though. Is this thing like face down? Is that the rear view mirrors or the side mirrors rather? I only see one wheel, and I'm assuming there's another one here. Yeah. I'm just wondering if like maybe like there's a part that like goes underneath and connects out there, or if this is ice and will partially melt. I have no idea. Like I mean those things are floating, so I don't think they're just giant rocks.
Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and a sunken car. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
Well, it was 15 minutes since the first thing, and then it was 2 minutes of conversation, so it's actually been 47 minutes.
Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Was your dad, what, in need of glasses? This sounds terrible. Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches? Depends on the ants and the leeches, but I'd honestly rather not do either. Tide Shore is taking sweet time.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker, yes?
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
It's been an hour and 19 minutes. You have to decide what the strike as a shipping company. Who would you choose?
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
But if someone puts a gun to your head?
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the... What is this? Marquee?
Detective,
The mark.
I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
His eyes turn to you.
Yes. Why haven't you?
Because you're in denial!
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people, you know, those kinds of people.
Mm-hmm. What's that number on the side? I can't remember if we previously ruled out that this was a police motor carriage. Because I did this when Kim wasn't around. This was a few episodes ago, and I skipped the last episode. By skipped, I mean I didn't stream on Tuesday. Or didn't stream this game on Tuesday. Is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
Oh, Madaro. It stands for Precinct 41. So, okay, so it was this previous Sunday. How long has it been? It's been, I can't math. It was 13:45, so it's just been under 2 hours. 2 hours minus 9 minutes. So, 1:51.
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
These are all silly. "41 is his rank in the underground street racing hierarchy. Small fish, this one. This must be Tommy 41, the morning host of FM 41. Looks like the factory made a mistake and accidentally called this one Capri 41. Stupid factory. I hate guessing. District something, and precinct something municipal. Oh god, no."
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you.
Hey, so I have to report something else missing. Well, technically it's not missing. Good news is I found it. Bad news is that I need a new one.
No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
No.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
Oh my god, it's mine! I drove my car into the sea!
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
The badge, the gun, and now this. How do we get it out? No. I feel like this is the most appropriate response.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
They're not gonna take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
He's trying to cheer me up. How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
Things were going so well. We were just whistling merrily.
You can still whistle.
He says with a
Besides,
smile.
the night is always darkest before the dawn.
I'm scared of the dark. Although nighttime is pretty cool. Unconventionally. So it's just gonna be there like that?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
Well, we're gonna put what's left of it to good use and paint graffiti. Well, at least I can see what's in there now.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
I found the traffic hooligan, guys. I was wondering, when visual calculus painted a good picture of what happened, there was a part of me that was nagging at me. But I don't know if I said it out loud. Is this sad, like morning music? I was wondering about that. Ice just off the coast crackles, shifting. Bottle drained of all his booze is frozen to the ice. Oh, well, here's my money, I guess. Oh, I did not have enough. I did not have close enough. Darn it! No more drugs to bring down my morale? Oh, look, I found my badge. Dude, what the heck? I have, like... What was it? I had a blazer that was marked with the RCM. I had, like, some kind of, like, cloak. I have a full-on commander's jacket. Well, I found my badge. It didn't even occur to me until I realized that this was maybe my vehicle and we're trying to find out what's inside. My badge might be here. Enigmatic white triangle on the back and the right sleeve. Uh-huh. Okay, I need to pawn some of this stuff off. Can I sell clothes? The pawn shop wasn't taking clothes, right? Or I don't know. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. Oh, I'm wearing this thing. The patrol cloak. I like visual calculus. Shivers might be useful, but I don't even remember what shivers. Oh, okay. You know what? That looks nasty. This looks nasty. This looks well enough. You ignore the shirtlessness. I need to get a better shirt. No, it's not the limited inventory space. It's the fact that my OCD keeps clicking through everything going, okay, what gives me plus drama? And I think this was the only one. You know, I'm okay with the pants and coat combination. I just don't like all the chest hair sticking out there. Looks like he's naked under there. Or shirtless, rather. Okay. Well, like, even this blazer is a straight downgrade from this cloak. Although, they did mention that having high stats isn't always great and stuff. What does Shivers even do? Tune into the city. I don't know if I've read this before, but let's do it again. Cool for city lovers, the wisest of the streetwise, the genuinely supernatural. Shivers come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. It enables you to hear the city itself, to truly belong to the streets. It is a supernatural ability. Old wrongs play out in present time. Scenes across the city happen in front of you. But who is speaking to you? At high levels, Shivers may make you seem mad to the outside world. As you listen to the city, you don't listen to others. Your superiors may begin to worry. With low Shivers, though, you will seldom hear the city speaking to you. And if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? I would punctuate this differently. I would either put the comma after though here, so with low Shivers though, or put a comma here and another comma after though. Because though you will seldom hear the city speaking to you, it seems like there's a but afterwards. But no, this is and. Or not exactly a but you know, the same kind of meaning. I think I did read this out loud before. Oh no, you've done research.
This is it. The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it.
Hold on, don't you mean seeing the crime?
Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene.
The lighting just changed, the shadows grew deep. Sure. Does look like a lot of folks party here.
Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Guess I'll be on my way. Yeah, I don't need additional thoughts there. Yeah. This is the way this thing came, and it's painful to see. Loose bricks? Maybe. Whoa! Meds! Traffic beyond the gate. More abandoned motor lorries. No entry. Someone scribbled an inverted star in it. I mean, he was, but he was also a wreck. He had a lot of skills. There's no denying that. He's got a lot of successes over the years. But it seems to have taken its toll. Either that or his relationship. Or the drugs. Or everything. Someone's broken down the fence and the barbed wire. I don't know what would be worse. Trying to walk through a fence or trying to walk through a barbed wire. Well, okay. Trying to walk through a fence isn't as bad, but actually walking through a fence might be worse than walking through barbed wire. Oh, the barbed wire is pretty painful. Or so I assume. More money. I got more chump change. I still don't have enough to pay for my room. We're going to do the squatter method. I need to know if it works. Glory, says the graffito, to the ghosts of us! No, but that's the thing. You gotta make sure to clear the barbed wire. Otherwise, you will still go ugh, 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 and take more bleed damage. And if you overestimate yourself, you're actually gonna go down. The rest of your party are gonna be like, dude, we just banished the boss. We can't get your HP back. Oh, hi, we found a sad tape. Hunt Showdown reference for anyone listening in.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
What happened here?
In this yard?
Lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of gray swallows takes off into the distance.
He's assessing the situation. How long ago was it abandoned?
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscure. For cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
So this part of the coast is a bloc obscure?
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
No sewage is a good thing, right? The rest of these don't sound good. At least they left some old music behind. Tap on the tape you pick up.
Yes, and you picked it up because you're a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and magnesium blisters.
He gives you a wary smile.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
And magnesium has been useful.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation.
That's great, but it seemed like I needed a pretty high check in order to actually punch Kuno. And the option didn't appear again, so... yeah. Also, I made some kind of... I don't know how to pronounce the word. Rapport? Rapport? The word looks like rapport, but I don't actually know how to pronounce that word. Anyway, not that I want to be friendly with him, but being friendlier with him means that I don't get annoyed to the point of blowing a blood vessel. Rapport. That's what it was. Sigh. English is my strongest point, and even then I struggle. I didn't know how to pronounce this word. I did, I swear. Boat has been tarred. What does that mean? Is it unusable because it would just stick to things?
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position.
Great news, I found somewhere new to sleep.
Huh?
I can pretty much finish the case from under that boat there. It's dry, weatherproof, and free of charge.
Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation.
I see. Wouldn't make it like stick to the ground when you're trying to move into the water.
You have a home somewhere. All cops do. When this is done, you can return.
For a moment there, I thought Logic was talking about the boat. I'm not sure I have a home. I went through my memories and it said that there was... That place isn't for me anymore. Dude, a small windowless room with a single chair in it? Not a good look. Especially if there are ropes or chains here. Postcard. And there's a cold breeze, so it's not like... It blocks out most light, but it's enough to be uncomfortable. Huh. I guess I never really thought about, like, what exactly is... I thought I was a knowledgeable person, but I clearly don't know enough. What does tar come from? Like, wax? I have a vague idea of it. It's usually made with animal fat or beeswax, which I'm assuming smells a lot nicer. Or at least doesn't smell as bad. Bow tie gives me drama, doesn't, like, give me any negative effects. Let's put this on. Oh, that kind of bow tie. Okay, I thought it was like a little, like a big poofy ribbon in the hair or something like that. Inland Empire has been nice. I didn't mean the scientific meaning. Like, where do you get it? Do you just like scoop it off the ground? Because I mean that I see those words and I think science, but I mean they've had tar for a long time. Like tarring and feathering people, nasty practice, but they've had tar for a long time, and you obviously don't need a whole lot of brains to use it. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scrubs filth from fabric. Huh, I see. Cinder blocks, charred, a makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
It's a bench. Is it supposed to be overly comforting?
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
The accent with which she said Kitsuragi. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Vosen. Alleys? Dry tulips on her bed. Let's go in. Huh. Lots of things to loot. I just saw someone say don't call Abigail. Quick travel unlock. Wedding stone, well worn and covered in rust. Wait, did I see that earlier? Maybe, maybe not. Let's check it out. Pants! Wait, what? +1 to Kingdom Conscience. Wasn't that one of the thoughts we had? I don't remember. I thought we or we or No, no. I don't know French. Forget I said anything. I think I'd read this before, but I decided nah. Partly because I don't have the skill points for this crap. Nope. Let's see what happens when we put the pants on. No, having electrochemistry is cool, but having my sneak is bad, and I didn't want to go pantsless, so let's go with this.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
I like regular normal things. Sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this. That's for sure.
That's cool. I don't like super baggy pants, but at the same time I don't want it to be so tight that it cuts off the circulation.
You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense. This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you.
Oi. They're comfortable. Sorry, cop looks awfully high. I guess I'm a bit more moralist now. Better than being fascist, I guess. I suppose. I guess. I suppose when wearing a certain kind of uniform, I'm more willing to drink from taps and just sit on the ground. Are the coins? Can I take them? No, they're probably like kids playing dice or something. Stones or...
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
I don't want this conversation. You know what? Let's just go with it. You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt.
Some kind of dirt? Not just dirt?
The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
The lieutenant remarks with evident glee. And what are you, Kid Master General?
Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
Bye, kids. Say Claire. Could it be tar dirt? Oh, that'd be nasty for hair. Bubblegum dirt. That's nasty for hair. I randomly brought it up, but apparently peanut butter helps with that kind of stuff. The oils and the peanut butter. Still, I've had to cut a tiny piece of gum out of the kid's hair before. I'm not sure I want to talk to these guys. Let's go.
Hey, Tequila!
Idiot Doom Spiral. A 30-something man clad in a two-piece Lickrudge tracksuit puts on his Pilsner? What is that word? I've seen it before. Pilsner, and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Ah, I see. I do like peanut butter. Just slap in some bread. The bread becomes instantly less boring and a little more filling. All that energy packed into this stuff that someone just made by, I don't know, grinding up peanuts. Anyway, shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
You know, I didn't really, like, register that, but yeah, his face is abstract art. He's not all there.
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang.
Don't know. People tell me I'm a cop. I'm getting used to that.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker?
He thoughtfully picks at his Crap-stained Licra jacket.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
Maybe, Medoral, maybe.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation.
Are
At
you guys...
last.
No, I wouldn't say that, but alright. What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
He looks at his comrades.
Please! Please don't go! Don't go!
Begs the man in the pipe. Considering his name is Don't Call Abigail, I'm assuming that there's something wrong calling Abigail.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out.
You probably need buttloads of money, like more money than anyone in the world has. And even then, you might die, and then that would just fuel all the bad things in the world.
So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
What is a tequila sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this? I probably had a bottle of tequila last time I was here.
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No, I doubt.
No, you sure don't.
Maybe?
Maybe. You look like you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be. You look like you want to hear the tale.
Go ahead, but this sounds scary.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Right, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We were there for 3 days, and then Monday hit, and we met Kim. Excuse me. Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
Alright. Takes another sip, then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk.
Uh-huh.
Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Sounds pretty bad, but let's keep going.
It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Oh yeah, not the first time this comes up. Coughs awkwardly.
Hey, man, I'm not judging. This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. And been drunks.
Alright.
Either way, it was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
It reminds me of a South Park episode, a show I don't really watch. Something about, like... I don't remember how they portrayed exactly, but they all just got, like, drunk off their butts. By the end of the episode, you know, it was all over. That group's gone. But one of the kids, that's right, kids, very young, like less than 10, I think, would still have to mix himself a little drink in the morning to return to normal. Now it was just about drinking, just something about like there was a Matrix joke, I think, like, you know, red pill, blue pill kind of thing, like seeing the world for how it really is, or at least putting a happy filter on it.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza.
I do remember
followed
that.
by a series of dings and bangs.
Yes, I remember that, and that's one of the things that I found disgusting. That show was so vulgar. It wasn't my kind of thing, but it did have some good moments. Funny moments. I can't even call them good. The whole show was horrible.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence, a gasp of silence, if you will, followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
Okay, so it was a party with a lot of people. It wasn't just one guy getting drunk.
What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Oh god, what happened next?
Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
The muscles in your right leg tense up.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
Tequila Sunset, huh? Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
He smiles. How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
This is terrible. This is terrible. Side note, there was a character in Ark Knights who goes by the codename Tequila. When I first saw him, I'm like, who's this prick? But I enjoyed him quite a bit. Unfortunately, he only shows up in one event.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Did I tell you anything specific about the person that F'd me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Sure thing, Rosemary.
Abigail.
Don't call her.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one. Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
I thought these guys looked like trouble, but I'm kind of liking this. Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you said that it was okay that you crashed your carriage because the spectral hand of the market was guiding you.
I was a capitalist cop.
This was before you started talking about how the Pinkies were always trying to fuck you.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was? Sorry, cop.
You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
That's actually pretty smart. Or not smart, but I can relate. Well, maybe not. Maybe relate isn't the right word, but I guess I can make sense of it. I can respect it. I can sort of understand. Anyway, you seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller.
He says, slapping his knee.
Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yeah, so want to tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
If I don't want to give you any of my alcohol, I might have some use for it later. We'll go back to these guys. Actually, no, let's just keep talking. I got this special strike brew that the Union uses. Borscht with vodka.
Interesting. Ah, this is what they use to keep the working man going.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
One of their bums interject.
Don't call Abigail.
Yeah, don't do it.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I call a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff.
Uh-huh.
I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansariq tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
Says thoughtfully, brushing dust off his crap-stained pants.
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
Oh no.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, that was the plan.
Did they keep annoying you and you threw one them out?
I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet are we talking exactly?
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard.
Aw, I thought he was gonna go all poetic on us.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
I will land on my no. Say nothing.
Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You gotta be kidding me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Okay, so what happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on.
Oh boy.
I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
Did you really sell people edible lingeries? I'm not going to say what the other blasphemous thing is.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there.
But...
But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in.
what in the world is this story?
Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Wait, is that it? I feel like there's some steps missing.
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
What about breaking back into your apartment?
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me, so they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
I... oh, come on. These sound like some real incompetent cops. Either that or... Well, I mean, they do sound like incompetent cops, but I feel like they should be able to talk to whoever's in charge of the apartment, get some spare keys, get into the room, confirm the guy's identity. Oh, this sucks. Look on the bright side. You got one hell of a story.
Yeah, maybe I've exaggerated certain parts over the years. When
Oi!
you tell a story too often, it begins to take on a life of its own. But what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
It wasn't even a bottle, it was like a cup of borscht.
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
Why do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me.
What if that piece of butt sabotage you? No, I shouldn't be jumping to
Now
conclusions.
I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
Don't car.
A lost jacket. Sounds like a mystery you could look into.
What's this about lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less.
Oh, hate itching. I freaking hate itching.
Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Wait, you're asking a police officer to help find a jacket you stole and then lost?
Yeah, exactly. You're here to serve, right?
Okay, sure. Where'd you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it?
No.
I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
That's not a lot of places. I mean, it's a decent number of places. He's got 3 locations. Typically, someone loses it, and they're just like, nah. Or they have one location, you go there, and you're like, well, it's not there, now what?
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
What about the other
My
drunks?
fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, Tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Man, their portraits all messed up too.
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
I'm cool, Abigail.
And this is Abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
Let's do something
I'm
else.
all ears, Tequila.
Such as be seeing you.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
What's that, Medoro? You don't have a market around where you can buy and sell abandoned fish?
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
The glint of a sniper scope. I'm kidding. Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi. Badass on-the-edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Action.
With a sudden flash, the world
It's supposed to be
freezes
lights,
around
camera,
you,
action.
and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
I have been trying to behave slightly differently, but I guess I got it. I don't know what apocalypse cop means, just like effing everything up. Thought gained. Thought over here. That's it. Some kind of superstar. Nice 2 logic. Steve seems unlikely. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar in the groupies and cocaine, riddled with hepatitis C, strikes a line-esque pose with a mic kind of way. You're not Gilliam... I can't remember how to pronounce that. No, I can't remember. I can't remember at all. You're not Guillaume Million or Davy Lewis, no. You're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or don't want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. I do have skill points. I can't spend this stuff. I don't know if I want to. Can I talk to the other guys? Kind of feels like a waste of time. Don't want to waste more morale.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
He spreads his arm as I wanted to embrace you. Good to see you too, friend.
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Blue medicinal spirit. Huh, doesn't have any stats on it. Speed. I think the Astrak, I forgot what the convenience store was called. The Freet? I think that was also $2. What does it cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
Nod, let him speak.
You know, it's funny, actually.
Bursts out laughing, then takes 30 gulp of his pilsner and stares at you intently.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
Oh, what do you mean, what? What do you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
Where did you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
Spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you.
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
5 lemons, half a pack. What? What's that supposed to accomplish? That sounds like a nasty combo. Good tip, I should remember it.
It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of hell. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes. Those arseholes charged me £4 to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
Okay, how?
The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead things.
Oh no, he gets an excited gleam in his eyes.
Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol.
Alright, and what's the other 2.3%? Dead snake?
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for £3 if you want it.
Don't say it.
I think it'll prove useful, yes.
£3 and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
Well done. You got it. That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
Here's the money for the spirits.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
Okay, now I definitely don't have enough money to stay the night.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
He waves you off. I think tipping is a silly practice. I tried to do it in appropriate situations, like at restaurants and so on. But the reason why it's a thing is because they don't get paid enough just doing their regular job. The kind that might or may not, but definitely does glow in the dark. This is 98.7 pure alcohol. Keep it away from open flame. God, it's probably gonna take drama, or not drama, something related to psyche in order to actually do the karaoke singing. But my morale is taking quite a hit. So I don't know. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Actually, I forgot about that. Yeah.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
I'll call whoever I want. Don't tell me what to do.
Abigail! Don't call her!
He waves a finger in my general direction.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Tell me about your friends.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me!
His voice trembles with every word.
Abigail?
He whimpers in the end. Why shouldn't I call her?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
I want to lean in and he's going to spit on me.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
Walk away.
Don't call Abigail.
Unfortunately, I don't know her number, so I can't call her. More things to click on, more people to talk to. More people to click on, more things to talk to. Oh boy. Is that a kid singing a lullaby to their sibling? Taxidermy. Creepy concept to me. But I guess there's a demand for it.
mister.
Young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She is looking at you with frank curiosity.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
What's this? Show her the stuffed bird you took from the ceiling.
It's a grouse.
I don't remember what's going on with taxidermy and wait, I vaguely remember something. Gart had something, right? Right, he was working on something. She yelps, smiling
You
brother.
might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken skewer you almost certainly broke.
can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Oh, I could sell it for a decent amount, but eh. Twins outside your brothers.
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside.
Aw.
They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look
Identical. Identic. I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you? Actually, no. Let's ask about her toys first. Build up some rapport.
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like,
He holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lampy looks soft.
yes. Very soft.
Pushes the stuffed animal towards her face. Press your cheek against Lambie. No need to be more sorry, cop.
Isn't he soft?
Morale's back! Lambie is very soft. She rubs the white fur against your cheek and then returns Lamb to her lap. Doing? Cuddling it. There was a girl here with armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh. I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
But
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
uh-huh. And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
Well, I'm gonna take them now. She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into his one remaining eye as though searching for confirmation.
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
He announces the last two words carefully. It doesn't seem like he put any special emphasis on those last two words. It's for important police business.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but Lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
Man, she just gives us armored gloves and taxidermy birds and morale boosts.
Bye!
Her large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. Check this out. Talk to her, maybe? Well, let's go to the sandcastle first. Illegible beneath the graffiti. Alright, sand it up.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle.
Wait,
The
we actually got her
once mighty
name?
towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle?
He smiles
The
a little.
reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
I like him. Mostly serious, but with just a little bit of, I don't want to say sense of humor. A little bit of humanity, I guess, which is an even worse term in some ways. Reach in the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Cool.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Should I have said that I was gonna get all of them? Looks nasty. Is that paint? Or just a can? Mazout! No idea what that means. If anything. There's a lot of crap out here. Let's not go there just yet. Hello. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
Probably heard your loud footsteps. You don't exactly have high stealth. You can't see. How do you know I was here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come.
Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
No finger pistols. But he said, we're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble. In theory.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there.
She points at the building behind
He
her.
was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
If I'm considered an ill omen, why hasn't anyone told me that? Oh, they have.
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Do you know anything about a lost jacket?
What do you want with a lost jacket?
That's an excellent question, ma'am.
One of the drunks lost his and I agreed to look for it.
He probably pawned it for booze and then forgot about it. You know how drunk men are.
Yes, I do.
Are you getting a reward for it at least?
Nope.
What? You're fetching someone's missing laundry free of charge? Do you not have anything better to do?
No, it gives me XP.
In fact, he does.
The lieutenant glances at his watch.
None of my business, either way. How you spend your hours is up to you.
You gonna help me out?
Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's seen anything lately. That girl's got a way of attracting lost and broken things.
You know, I want to put two and two together. Empathy and point it out. Attracting lost things, huh? Where can someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
I'm assuming by free you don't mean money-wise. How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Wait, hold on. You're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
Thank you.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the place.
The key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you. I will be a better cop than the guy who showed up here 30 days ago.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Goodbye, I'm off. She's nice! They're nice! Well, let's see how bad the room is. But they're nice!
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
But does the key work?
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the Whirling in Rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
I want to still do that, that squatter method. The intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth. Wow, it's even heated in here! What the heck? Using a thermodynamic expander condenser cycle. Nice. Don't know what that means. Floorboards creak, that's fine, as long as I'm not trying to sneak out of here. Old science fiction magazines, books about birdwatching. An almanac from 39. It's got windows, it's got bed, it's got chairs, it's got warmth.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
But there's no time yet. Okie dokie. What do we do with armor gloves anyway? Oh god, we'll put them on. Oh man.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably.
But, this is not physical instrument, this is interfacing.
Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
I'll be responsible with this. It's just to protect me from harm, not to show off. Is this barn caught? Maybe, but this shouldn't get too in over my head.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
Unfortunately, we sent the boots
You
in.
really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
Gear could line my pockets with cash. I could probably sell it to some other cops. This is long sought for enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it, I must study it.
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design.
Oh, I am
For
actually
the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Oh, that's a nice thought. I wonder what happens when we talk to the scab leader with these gauntlets on. It might end up with something bad down the line. But I'm very curious.
Yes?
Nothing. It's raining, the kids are still playing outside. Right, we're gonna have to go talk to her about a lost jacket. A stolen and lost, and probably found, and then...
Hello, mister.
Where are your parents?
My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad.
She gives you a bright smile like it's a good thing. Got it.
Bye!
Large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. The loading screen says something about thought cabinets. Don't know what that was all about. Although, I am curious about that thought. Fairweather T500. It really hurts to punch his armor. A sword wouldn't even leave a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off. Still, there must be some flaw in it that will allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is. Possibly by beating yourself or wearing it? Shooting yourself? Let's see. We're doing it. Now, let's see. Nothing we need to remove, right? Oh, empty hand slots give suggestion. Gotta keep that in mind, I guess. I don't really care much with this one. But we can just keep getting more stuff as long as it's not a negative thing. Oh, it's kind of faint, but these are all things we can grab. Let's see, let's see. Wait a minute. Oh, I have to click on the words, got it. Some kind of birth generator. Doesn't have any temporary bonuses. Okay. And then there was something else to click on, not here, right? That. Retire a motor carriage adorns these reeds, and that. Very curious about what that is. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water. You. So just my reflection. It's a box. What is that? That's a Nola and Ving Sink, an unsuccessful model. But why is that unsuccessful? Lots of stuff to check out. That bridge opened up a whole new world. A dude and a kid, I guess. Dude and presumably his kid. Bars cover these long, dusty windows. Field electrical. Or is that fled electrical?
You see a once bright mural towering above
Fet.
you. The signage
Feld?
has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
Okay, Feld. Got it.
A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Shout and you overshoot it. I'm kidding.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Lieutenant raises the collar's bomber jacket. Turn away. Let's talk to the dude.
Okay, I'll notice the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Blonde man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Hailostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Kitsuragi is famous. I don't know.
Nice to meet you.
What was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Neat. You and Kim know each other.
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching into his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
Neat.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Points to the building again.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
This guy really enjoying his trivia. You talking about yourself, Encyclopedia, old buddy? What's so fascinating about it in dual bidding? Seems a little dismissive way of saying it, but sure, let's ask.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes to shield himself from the pattering rain. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
They had cybernetics. I can't get a good grasp on the technology in this game. Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
Uh-huh. He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era.
Huh.
Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that, Ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Okay, so I'm thinking my definition of cybernetics is a little different from what he's using here, which is probably the original meaning of the word.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer.
I'm having a hard time picturing what this tape computer thing he's talking about is.
Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN, and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing to the other building, then continues.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying Feld Electrical built this boardwalk? Look under your feet.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
I'm assuming that's a Ferris wheel or a merry-go-round. Well, they use the word wheel, probably a Ferris wheel.
A pleasure wheel?
The tenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky. Yep, it's a Ferris wheel. And pleasure wheel probably makes more sense. Ferris wheel? That sounds like someone's name.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
So what happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys.
He smiles
But
again.
this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Let's not piss this guy off. He seems like a pretty chill dude. Tape computers, right?
Tape computers.
He nods, wind tousling his suit jacket. I'm probably saying that word wrong. What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Decret de Mars.
Aha! And what was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
Eek.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
I might get some additional knowledge from it.
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it.
He looks at his son
Tried
and
to.
starts giggling.
Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
How those tape computers work?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
He raises his finger, remembering something.
Buckle up.
Yep.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Humpty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Humpty Dumpty Dum Center?
I guess so.
He did it. He said Humpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Humpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. Paul Ackerman, Keith and Guy Juice. What are you talking about?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art.
There it is
The
again,
exhibition
those
itself
words.
drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ackerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Turn to the Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center
He
is a
says
place
casually.
you can visit if you're ever invited for it, and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
How? What in the world?
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool. Like, but how? Man, I'm just trying to picture, like, how is that even possible? Analyzes your handwriting? Modern computers in real life can't. No, I mean, they can kind of do that, but not really. Not to my knowledge, anyway.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionary setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
Takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind. Want to ask something else?
But of course, what else?
You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
He brushes off like it's not a thing at all.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling. No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
I feel like this one is potentially even worse. Can I have some of that unimportant money then?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms.
He looks uncomfortable, his left hand squeezing his son's shoulder.
I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
By the way, do you work out?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
Oh, not just working out. He knows martial arts.
Lo Mantang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating from the island of Lo Mantang. It uses slender wooden sticks for confronting the opponent.
Like Kelly sticks? Foreign martial arts from the Isle of Lo Mantang, right?
Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Mabolo tradition of the Harli people, a name deriving from the butterfruit tree traditionally used for crafting the long, slender sticks, whereas the sticks used in other cultures...
He does off as he paints you a comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting among mankind, seasoning it with unexpected pop culture references.
Yeah, this world's version of Bruce Lee probably pops up in those pop culture references.
Man, he's good at speaking. People must love him.
He seems pretty cool, yeah?
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying?
I'm not really interested in the practice, so I don't know how often you work out. Now and then, that's what, like once a week?
Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a girl in addiction.
That's a
I've been
bit excessive.
practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
I can assure you, nothing in this world comes even close to being addicted to this devil.
Oh, I know, detective.
He chuckles, but a shadow takes hold of his proud face. What does he mean that he knows?
Here's a former junkie. I can recognize one when I see it.
It's authority saying this, not electrochemistry?
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that, and a special costume.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
That's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway.
grabs his kid into a single-handed embrace, happy to change the subject. Ah, I see. I thought he was like trying to like not talk about how much he works out. That's pretty cool, actually. A little intimidating, but pretty cool. Great, thank you for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Michaela here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Well, he kind of analyzed us during the conversation, didn't he? Money! Oh, I don't have my terror bag out. Wait a minute, I just want to check something. Empty hand slots. Okay, so hand slots, not gloves. Got it. That's why I haven't been carrying anything. Or is this the hand slot? Oh, right. Plastic bag. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Actually, is there a way to, like... I mean, of course there's a way to double check it. Where's my suggestion? 2. Is that's terror, isn't it? 3. Okay, I was right. I probably ran this experiment before and just completely forgot about it because that's just how I am. You know, I forgot to comment on that earlier, Medoro, but Atlas shrugging stuff. Not entirely clear on what that is. I'm assuming it has to do with Atlas from Greek mythology carrying the world on his shoulders. So by shrug, do you mean carried on his shoulders? Find more stuff to loot. Today's just gonna be a looting expedition at the fishing village, huh? No boat in the boathouse today. Ooh, morale and plus stealth. Really? Okay. You know what? Actually, I think I've heard that. I don't know anything about it, but I think I've at least heard the title. You're talking about the whatever he said was like the cool writing that we should go read a copy of, huh? Audio glitches. Why are we walking over
A
the way?
scattering
Okay.
of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Bullet holes in the plaza, bullet holes in the backyard. Know about the revolution. Know about failed electrical. Why so many bullet holes?
Unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in their hypothesis.
Beginning dice rolls. Let's see. In the story, all the rich business owners suddenly retire and let everyone fend for themselves. Socialism and disaster ensues. Huh. Okay, that makes sense. If the being holding up the world on his shoulders just shrugs, yeah, that's gonna be a massive freaking earthquake. Fine, okay.
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile.
Oh my god, I just realized I would have gotten it if I just put on the right glasses. Okay, maybe more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez's sense. Grim affairs.
Executions, that's what it is, isn't it? Have people just stand facing the wall, crying, whimpering as you just shoot them on the back of the head. That's what it is.
This is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Why not?
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Alright, walk away, leaves. Old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. People pay money to park here? No one would pay now. Does anyone have cars now? Money, and what's this? Plastic tear, okay. Is that because I have my bag out? Because I have my bag out, isn't it? Money! Very low amounts of money. What is this? What the heck is this? It's a people. Plus logic minus perception. Well, let's slap it on and figure out what this is. Oh, it's a hat. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna get back over there unless there's something else I missed. There's something I suddenly remember that I wanted to look up, though. Wait, what was that? Section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Okay, let's go talk to more people, why not? Tiny cages, carefully constructed. What do we have over here? Soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. Really? I kind of thought soggy logs, like, you would burn the lighter fluid away, even if you can't really use the logs for actual fires. You might be able to lightly char them, but I think. Bullet holes, more things on the coast. Neat. Number 11 on the buoy. What's that? Almost impossible to get a fire going this close to the ocean. What? But what about beach bonfires?
Here we go. Nice
Oh,
and
hey!
easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
Uh-huh.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Uh-huh.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
That sounds just a tad grumpy.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Uh-huh.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
The crypto-fascists.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Sounds grumpy.
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Lena sent me. She's been real worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
It's fixed.
The 881 is a raised motorway that separates Martinez from Jamrock. The labyrinth of streets underneath it makes it difficult to pass, not like walking over a nice water lock.
Uh-huh. Why would we tell him this whole thing? Sure, you know what, let's just say it. Lena's been nice. I doubt this guy's gonna be as nice, but I kinda want to see his reaction. Yeah, that was me. I broke the wire lock on my motor carriage. But it's fixed now. You can go back.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
No, see, I jumped over the canal in my motor carriage, tearing through the Samaran Butter sign, which fell onto the canal, blocking the gates. I used the pawn shop as a launch ramp.
Why?
He spreads his arms in disbelief. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the Phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Uh-huh. He refastens a bit of netting that's come loose in the wind.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also used to delicate, precise work.
Uh-huh. Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
Uh-huh. What makes it difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there?
That comes dangerously close to Phantasma there. And suddenly I remembered phasmophobia being referred to as phantasmophobia. Fear of me.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
Uh-huh. Let's see, what sort of specialized techniques is it using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, why are you so interested in this stick bug? Aren't there more sensational animals out there?
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for.
Uh-huh.
Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Shakes his head. Alright, what have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
Wait, first and third-hand accounts? What are second-hand accounts?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
My thoughts exactly, Midora.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
The cryptozoologist says, brusquely enough, that even he seems taken aback by it.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Uh-huh, what makes you think it's here in Martinez?
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves.
Uh-huh.
It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Wait, first credible sighting in decades? That's concerning. Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Uh-huh.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to
I just looked up
produce
the word
viable
tail.
eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
Uh-huh. Look at this line. Females reproducing without males? A travesty. Crime against passion and common sense. That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Yeah, you're plenty passionate. He's pretty passionate. You know, I think I'm just gonna run back to town. Actually, hang on. We still have quite some times left before. Gotta go rest. Is there anything else to loot here? What is this? There's a path. That looks like a ladder. Staircase. No, staircase. Staircase. Why did I say ladder? I'll search around for it real quick.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
40 years. Try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
I realize I didn't talk to the
There's
other guy,
rust
but I'm okay with
and
that.
corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside, even though the game keeps pointing out how bad your eyesight is, apparently? Even with glasses on, which makes no sense to me, but alright.
No. I won't even try. You know...
He takes his glasses off.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Can you still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
His hands lead the way when it comes to that. And his shoulders. It's reflex.
Uh-huh. And I'm assuming that trying to make out details when you're just squinting at it is a little different from catching movement and hitting a moving target. Speaking of shooting... Quick draw unlock, neat.
A metal payphone under a yellow
Sorry, I'll
plastic
finish that thought in a
dome.
moment.
You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick up the handset. How much change
You
is
hear
coming?
the tone. The machine is inoperable.
No, I don't want to type in a random number. We had a similar choice before. I'm not quite sure why I would do that. This is not the kind of game where I could say random stuff unless I'm traveling along very far. Like, you know, this. Smash receiver someone hung up too hard. Yeah, they're talking about how they had automatic weapons, and policemen are restricted to single-shot muzzle-loading guns. It's kind of scary. But I guess even in real life, like, we have... Like, if we're talking in terms of small weapons, you have... machine pistols, submachine guns, you know? Small, compact things that can spit out a lot of rounds really fast, high capacity. I think in America, I don't know for sure, but I think the Glock is pretty common, which when I looked it up, it seems like there's a lot of variable sizes. But the Glock 17 has a 17 round magazine, so that's pretty good, you know? Semi-automatic. Video game pistols tend to have less than that. Well, unless you play a lot of like Call of Duty or whatever, which I do not. The war map. Oh, you mean like just the whole war in general? Man, this is bleh. I see. Yeah, I'm sure most of the damage isn't from him, even though there's surprisingly more than I expected.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Sure, sure. Anyway, let's touch it.
The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it.
It smells really bad. I bet it's like drying poop or something. I shouldn't say such terrible things. Take a close look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Yeah.
It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Jacked it is. Salty.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
I think this is the jacket the Idiot Doom guys. Idiot Doom Spider guy wanted me to find.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
He looks at the stinking rag and sniffs. Filthy jacket! We're taking it. It's interact. Can't even tell what brand it is. It's probably not comfortable anymore.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how'd this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Yeah, I'm planning to go and restore my morale later.
Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Let's not think about it for
Good
now.
choice. The less you think about the jacket, the better.
Let's put the filthy jacket away. We'll go try looking at it right before we rest for the evening, if I remember. So many things to click on. More tear. You know, I'm gonna finish up my thoughts earlier with guns. So, like, the whole thing about going from automatic weapons and to breech loaders, like, I don't know what exactly qualifies as a breech loader. Like, it could be the Winchester rifles, but still, that's primitive compared to automatic weapons. And the Winchester rifles are stupid advanced compared to single-shot muzzleloaders. So it's not quite the same, but in real life, like, you know, we have, like, fully automatic weapons. We have sniper rifles that hit people from 1.5 miles away. You have submachine guns or machine pistols that are, like, just about as big as a regular handgun, but, you know, have 30-round mags, can spit out rounds really, really fast. You have the Glocks, which I'm just assuming that the police use some form of that. But then they're like, I hear that the police officers in Japan, they use a 5-shot revolver, a small little thing. So it kind of reminds me of this whole thing about using the single-shot muzzleloaders. It's not that the technology isn't there, it's that they're limiting themselves because they're trying to be civil. They're trying to, you know, be of the people and not like this Terminator machine wandering around. You know, kind of like... Well, I don't know how bad the cops are in Cyberpunk 2077, but, you know, the special forces groups are scary because they gotta deal with out-of-control cyborgs. But one last note on the whole, like, 5-shot revolvers that the Japanese police use. Apparently there's a cord connecting it to the belt. I don't know how easy that cord is to remove, but it's a neat idea. It's long enough with a flexible enough cord that you could shoot if you have it on your belt. But the fact that it's there means that someone can't just snatch the gun from you and run away with it. I think that's kind of a neat idea. It doesn't, I guess, feel awesome, but I mean, safety, you know? Anyway, let's continue clicking on things. Makeshift roof. Tarp will keep out neither rain, nor snow, nor wind. Man, that's a crappy tarp. Actually, no, it's just like a series of tarps. The makeshift roof is not great. Yeah, that seems like a fail. Might as well try to, like, cover, like, a small room. Big wine canisters, open and empty.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful. Cover your nose.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Uh-oh.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
That's a corpse, isn't it? Careful there. The floorboards look rotten and weak.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
Overdose?
No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
But they might give me 10 cents apiece.
A tragedy.
Looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell. Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads
Red Astra.
Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
Tar is black, right? And this is black market. Shouldn't it be called Black Astra? Red Astra. Red as in you're gonna cough up all your blood. Examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol.
Uh-huh.
It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Leave, and we're gonna examine the body, I guess. I believe that's just one of the lookup points. I don't think we're interested in this thing. Coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Uh-oh.
Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk.
Oh, that's why I only see one leg?
Starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Oh, he took a bad fall and smashed his head on the bench.
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
But I thought the other corpse was only there for a week. Well, a week and, like, you know, a few extra days.
Hold on.
Squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
It was 2 days, and that means it's not our fault, right?
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
For better or worse. Well, I suppose a body would give some incentive to fixing up this place, but who's gonna take care of that? Doesn't seem like there's any functional government around here. Examine the bottle.
A .75-liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Well, I suppose I should take a sip, you know, toast this guy. No, let's not do that.
Care all around us.
There's the 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then like your yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Fair enough. Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
Well,
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
Hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
What the heck? Wait, what does that mean? You've seen a lot of dead bodies like this? Or you've seen a lot of people try to just remove the smell of alcohol by chewing a whole pack of gum? Step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Stays close.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
You know, it would be really messed up of us to take his clothes and wear them for the stat boost, but we are wearing a dead man's armored gloves. Although, he wasn't wearing the gloves at the time, I suppose.
The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
Alright,
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Stay the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
Yeah.
A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years.
Alright, who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
You mean like us? He looks south the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
Leaving as an alcoholic is a bit premature. There are a lot of bottles around him. Looks like another old drunkard to me.
And he was married.
Points at the ring on his left hand, the flesh around his soul in gray. So the little girl says her mom's outside, she doesn't know where her dad is. The mom was the older lady with the cataracts, right? We don't know for sure, but that seems like a logical conclusion. If her mom was just outside, and she did mention little Lillian, and the girl was named Little Lily. I don't remember where little comes into that, but, you know, Lillian seems to make sense. The lady didn't mention anything about her husband being gone, though. I was thinking this might have been the dad, but now I see that there's a ring on his hand, too.
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh, yes.
He nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous. I don't think they should be blamed for his death, but I think something should be done about the boardwalk.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk.
A shame, but with how badly beat up this place is.
Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
He smiles sourly. Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about a field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me.
Yeah, no point in scaring the body, right? That's the thing, though. Depending on the kind of assassination, like, you would want to make it look like an accident, right? That'd be the best kind. If one, no one knows you're involved, and two, it looks like an accident. Or a natural cause of death. So that there is no investigation.
I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
You're right. I don't see criminal here. Or anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
We found him. We should finish this.
Alright. We should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Leave. Okay, more side quests, I guess. Moonshine probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Almost read that as nasty for some reason. Hey, money! Chump change, but still. I've actually picked up enough money to actually stake the whirling if I wanted. Coin-operated weighing machine hasn't been used for a decade. Why is it coin-operated weighing machine? Ye gods. Megabinos prescription lenses. Vagrants are recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Unless that paint serves as some kind of like waterproofing, I think that might just be nasty once the rain washes it off. Or maybe it wasn't recently painted, who knows? Source offstream. Upstream. Broken pipe. Looks like water's flowing this way, which means it's coming from over there. Black swallow circles above you. You hear it chirrup. I kind of wanted to vaguely check this out, and then I wanted to go see if I could find out if my theory is correct, which kind of bothers me, but you know. Was it from this building then? I don't see the water connecting anywhere else. Like right here. Looks like it's coming out right here. Can't turn the camera. I don't know what pressing Q does. I was trying to turn the camera like in certain other tactical games, but that didn't work. Speaking of tactical games, well, after this and State of Mind, I definitely want to play Valkyria Chronicles 4 again. But it might be time for another Invisible Ink run. Partially because I popped in on someone else's stream and thought, you know what, this game was pretty great. Maybe it's time to play around with mods. Okay, might be time to call this episode, or call it for this episode, but I just want to check out just a couple last things. Wait, did we check that out already? Did we go in there? I can't remember. Wait, this was the room with the single chair, right? Let's not mess with that. Here's the bench. Where are the kids again? Ah, gosh.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie.
I haven't seen the word name Isobel much. The only instance I could think of off the top of my head would be in Shadowrun Hong Kong. That's a game I should probably finish sometime. Maybe on my own time, if not on
Now
stream.
it's your turn, Mr.
Come on, I know my name! You can call me Tequila Sunset.
Why would I do that? That's a fool's name. Are you a fool? Don't ridicule yourself before an old woman, officer. It's undignified.
Got it. Found that jacket I was looking for, but it's filthy. Can you wash it for
I
me?
can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
I guess
I
that's
could
right.
use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
He says, rubbing his thigh. Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do.
What a nice lady.
Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
Oh, I just realized we're not going to find out what happened to it because we didn't examine it while it was in crap shape. For a library card.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Where is the Central Jamrock Public Library?
Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Look inside. It's a card. What do you mean look inside?
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned.
Uh-huh.
Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre.
Neat.
Some thrillers too.
Neat.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02-55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Well, it's definitely too late to go to the library, or probably to call it as well. I don't even know we can't go there. We probably just have to call it.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Méjean.
You know, I often thought of Billy as a guy's name, and I still do. But with this spelling, I think I've seen a couple characters with that name. The only one I could think of right now, though, is from Dishonored, from Dowd's
Good idea.
Whaler's crew.
There was plenty of information here to go by.
All right. The clothes. We have a much better jacket. Whoa! Holy crap! This thing is nice looking. Less drama though. But the paint threshold, half light. Half light. The fountain clothes seem to be good at intimidation. This windbreaker is like a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso into a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, and fire cannot harm them. Huge writing, 100% synthetic, is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning, item not actually fireproof. She's not going to say anything about Billy,
Our
right?
tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't
This
keep
is
you
what's in
up
this
at
fishing
night.
village.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place.
She grins.
A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
What do you mean pornographically poor? What is that supposed to mean? Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids.
Oh.
A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now.
Okay, so Lillian's the mom, I guess.
And then there's the drugs. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
Oh yeah, I met a couple of them there.
I'm sure you did.
She says with a peculiar smile and
Nature keeps
nods.
them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are.
She nods,
All right.
rinsing another piece of...
Goodbye, I'm off. Oh man, do I really want to do this? You know what? Let's go return the jacket and we'll deal with this next time. Oh man,
Tequila Sunset.
It would probably be a lot more roundabout, but I'm kind of hoping it's not their dad. That'd be really shame for the kids. But he's a married man, so he left someone behind. Okay, here's your jacket, fresh wash.
My jacket?
Yeah, thought it was pretty filthy though, so I got it clean for
A
you.
look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila?
So you're saying this isn't your jacket?
Foam? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should lay off the booze. It's fucking with your head.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
You're lost. I'm keeping the jacket for myself. I didn't go through any dark stuff because I decided to not think about it.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
It's an okay jacket, if you're into that look.
Yeah, could be. We might need the whole set. Do we need to buy Kuno's pants? Be seeing you.
Okay, let's step aside for a second. I have something I want to talk about.
About how I'm running around everywhere.
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style.
Oh no, my style. What about it?
It's just, well, you look more like a high-flying businessman than a police officer.
That's right. You're an entrepreneur of the peace, here to disrupt legacy law enforcement with buzzwords and privatization schemes.
Oh, I just thought this was how professional people were supposed to dress.
There's nothing wrong with it, per se. It's just a little much.
You want me to just go, take off the jacket, just walk around in a tank top.
You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world.
Okay, you're a sharp dressed man. We could be style buddies.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the case. Let's go.
Right clothes in the right situation. I'm using the clothes with the stats. I don't know what else could be more right situation for it. Okay, let's check where my thoughts at. 50%. Darn. Okay, but yeah, I think this is a good part to call it quits for today. Did I combine point with part? Part. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everyone. Hope you all had some fun. Stay safe, and maybe I'll see you around. Till next time, goodbye.